My name is Lincoln Davis, and today we're going to be looking at a quick view of VLOOKUP. It's a very easy concept. It's nothing that you should get really too confused about, and it's actually very helpful if you're trying to find specific data on a large Excel spreadsheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically appropriate these names with the data that is here. So in order to do that, before we start, these are athlete names, and these are their rates and averages that are for their representative teams. So we have here, what we do here, we're going to put athlete. We're going to put, I want to find their averages. And here, what we just do here now is we have this large set of data, and what we're going to do is use the function VLOOKUP, which is here. Hit OK. We're going to look up the value in this section here. So we're going to hit C. We want to hit that, which is C60. Drop that down. The table of rates is just going to be all of the data, because that's where we're going to be searching for the data. So hit it all the way up to that first player's name. Drop that back down. The column index number will be number 8. As you can see, you have to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get the average column. Drop that back down, and you hit false. Make this false. Okay? And what that do is bring up the n/8. And say I was trying to find Tony Romo's average. I would hit that and just hit enter, and there you go. There you go. You have Tony Romo here. It says 7.9 in the H column, and that's his average. That's how you use VLOOKUP. So in continuation of what we did before with the VLOOKUP, we have an HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is basically horizontal lookup. And with horizontal lookup, what we're going to be doing is finding horizontal parameters inside of the data. So we see that the data set is quite long horizontally as opposed to vertically. So what we're going to do is we're going to associate these names with these parameters along the side. In order to do that, we have to use a horizontal function. So by that means we're going to use the function HLOOKUP, which you can find here. So let's label some of these columns down here in order for us to have a better idea of what we're going to be doing. So from here, we're going to put in athlete again, like we did before with VLOOKUP, and we're going to put in whatever parameter that we want to find. So in my case, I want to find the touchdowns. Or in parentheses TD. Let's elongate this a little bit. Okay. From there, we're going to insert the function here, but we're going to make sure that we insert the athlete's name here like we did before. So we're going to hit function, hit HLOOKUP. The lookup value is going to be in here. Our table array will be from B1 all the way to the end, which is going to be here. Our row index will be row number 10, as you can see here. The data that we're looking for touchdowns in the 10th row. And also, we're going to be looking for range lookup, which will enter the number 2 for. Going to hit enter. And in here, like we did before, we're going to just enter the athlete's name. So in my case, I want to use Aaron Rodgers. As you can see, he has 9 touchdowns. And you can proceed to do that for any player in the first horizontal row. Now for this section of the video, we're going to match in index, which is going to find the parameters along here and along here as well. So what we want to do is basically use two variables to find one number in the data set that we're given. So what I've already done is put an athlete section right here, just normal, typed in athlete here, and I typed in the statistical data parameter that we want to find, which is this here. These are the statistical data parameters. So I'll just go off in any section here and I'll insert the match function in order for us to locate the row that the athlete is in. So from here, we're going to go to function. We're going to look for just the MA, or you could just look up all. You can go down to the M's. Hit match. So you look up value, look up array match type. Okay. The lookup value, we're going to hit this here because that's where we want the value to be located. Drop that down. We want to put the lookup array as not the entire data set like how we used to do, but we're going to just hit from player, this section, all the way down. And we're going to hit match type 0 because we want it to be exact. We want the value to be specified. We don't want to value its value over or under with a 1 or a negative 1. Going to hit OK, and you see we're given that n/a like we were before, and I'm going to enter Robert Parrish, R-O-B-E-R-T, P-A-R-I-S-H. Hit enter, and you can see that he is number 25. He's in row 25, and that's what we want. Right below it, I'll be doing something similar as well, in which I use the match index function to do statistical data parameters. So I have player here, I have the GP, the MIN, points, FG, all of those data parameters. So what I'll be doing is right beneath that, I'll just hit this box here. I'm going to use function. I'm going to use match again. Hit OK. I want to look up the value to be in this box now because that's the data parameter. I want the lookup array to be not highlighting the entire data set like how we did before, but from player all the way over to here. Drop that down, and I want the match type to be 0 again because we have exact data. So for my parameter, I'm going to hit MIN, and let's see what happens with that. That is in row 3. MIN 1 in column 3, excuse me. 1, 2, 3. What we're going to do now is use these two variables of data, the Robert Parrish and MIN, to find its correlating spot in the data, which is 45704. So from here we're going to hit data, because that's the data, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the data. We're going to hit function, index, OK, hit array, and the array of data we're going to use is the entire table this time because how I set up the function, I've used player in there every time I've highlighted each column and the column and the row. which basically means that the data is going to be all inclusive. Hit your drop down box, and also that means that the numbers here along the sides and along here will match up with the numbers. If I didn't use that, if I didn't use player in there, it'll just be relative to this, so it will show up as 2, 3, or 4 when we were doing that earlier. Instead of hitting row number and actually hitting all the rows, what I'll do is go down and use the function that I created in this box here that says 25. Hit OK. And for the column number, what I would do is put this here, and I'll hit OK. And as you can see, it brings up that 45704 that we were looking for. And that's how you do it. And you can change the name of this player. Let's see if this works. Let's do Alex English. And it works. 38063. 38063. And that's how you do it. Index and match function, which concludes our video for VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and matching index. Have a great day, and I hope this information is useful for you in your future endeavors.